you need. The plan is to just do a quick Prezi demo because I do have that quick little Prezi assignment, and there was some question about whether they wanted you to pay money for it, but I believe you can do it for free. I'm going to bring up that assignment here and check that. The assignment down there called Prezi. Where's the little Prezi assignment? Word, PowerPoint, Prezi. So in the Prezi presentation requirements, just a little fun with Prezi. Basically, create an account if you don't have one, and basically just create a presentation and share it. So I'm just going to go over to Prezi.com. And go way down to the bottom, try Prezi for free. And I'm going to click, since I'm already signed in with my Emmaus email, when I do sign up with Google, I think it'll take me right in because I have already logged in to my Gmail account. And then I get this. So Prezi free has a lot of features. It used to be when we first did this, we had a ton of features that were free, and little by little they locked the features up so you'd have to pay for those features that you got used to. So each time I come, it's like, oh, I used to be able to do this, now I can only do one thing. But the idea here is that Prezi is like a different way of looking at presentation. I think of it as you look at a big picture and then you zoom in on little pieces of it. So it's always starting with a big picture. Let's just take a look at the example lesson plan there. You have a big picture, and I'll just start with here's a fun one. I'll just use this one, use that template, and I'll call it Manning lesson plan. And continue. And what Prezi does is, anyone on the web, I think, if you want to share it with people, you have to pay $3 a month. If you just want to make it available to anybody, it's free.
Which one are we doing?
I just clicked the lesson plan one, colorful nature, and now this is one already built for you. No work to be done here except just get an idea of how Prezi likes to approach things. This is all of our slides. We do have the typical navigator on the left side, but this is the big picture, and watch what happens when I click the present button. It zooms in on, first of all, it zooms in a little, it starts the presentation. I can zoom in on topics, or I can just arrow, and it takes me to my first topic. As I arrow down again, or arrow to the right, it goes down to my subtopic. And see how it's always flying. It's like it gives you a transition of flying over some big subject, and then flying over to another topic in that big subject. So it's like they are basically controlling your transitions. Where in PowerPoint, you can have a fade or vortex. Here it's the transition is flying over a subject. Yes, question?
How did you get here?
I started a new one, and I'll do it again. I was logged in, and I just had create a chart, create something amazing. I just clicked on create a lesson plan. You can always do new Prezi creator report or quick start, or the plus will start a new Prezi. But I just went to all projects. And see, the deal with Prezi is this is all online. You didn't have to install anything on your computer to do this, to make a cool presentation. You can download a Prezi app, and there's also Prezi you can load on your smartphone, where you can have the same capabilities of showing this presentation, flying through the same things, and it adjusts to the type of device you're using. Kind of reminds you of Sway a bit. Sway is kind of competing. I'm thinking maybe Sway was invented by Microsoft to compete with something like this. But Prezi's been out there for quite a while. It's kind of a whole different way to create a presentation, and you might find it, hey, this is makes it much more interesting, does a lot for you, and of course you can build it completely from scratch as well. In the past we've done like a map of the missionary journeys of Paul, and then you could bounce from one location to another, reading the scripture of where he was. So you're always have in mind that map. So any presentation, doesn't matter which one you create. I'll just go back, I'll create another one now. I just clicked on, I'll try engage with the presentation, whatever that's about, because it looked kind of interesting. So pick any one you like. I can create it, and I can choose, takes me to the same set of templates. I'm just going to create a different one this time that looks more interesting. How about this one? Looks like I'm flying through stars. And I'll use that template, and I'll call this Manning Oct 19, October 19. Oh, I forgot to set the sharing. What happened? It did not do it. Let's try that again. Maybe it's just thinking. Use this template. Use this template. Oh, gave it a name. I forgot to click anyone with the web. Now let's see if it creates it. And so all you need to do for this assignment, just create a Prezi, play with it a little bit, and all you need to give to me is the sharing link here. When I click share, view link, there is, I don't have a link yet, so I got to create a link. I'll just put in Manning 1, create the link. I'm sure these things require you to pay money if you want to track connections. No, I don't want to upgrade. I just want to copy that link, and that's what I will paste in my submission on Schoology. That's all I'm asking you to do, just to show that, yeah, you took a look at Prezi, and then I can look at your presentation. And just for fun, I'm going to go to topic 1. If I double click, it lets me edit topic 1 there, and I'll call it Arthur 1. And let's see if I click on topic 2. I think if I double click, it'll zoom in on that topic. I can edit it there. Call that Arthur 2. I can edit this text, contents here. You used to be able to do a lot more with Prezi. You could create your own design, but it seems like they're limiting you to their templates, although they do have a lot of templates. And I can edit my subtopic, double click to zoom in, and I'll call that Arthur subtopic 1. More interesting stuff. As you right click here and there, you might see options for inserting things. Let's try insert image. Oh, look at that. I can right click, insert an image, and I'll just insert an image for fun. I can grab that and move it around. Now to go back to see what this will look like, I can click here, I think. That takes me back? Yeah, that takes me back a slide. That takes me back another slide. And if I present it just to see what this is going to look like, see how it's always zooming in on topic at a time. I'm not sure why it came. Oh, maybe because I was on slide 2. See, as I zoom in on that, I think if I zoom again, I'll finally see the image that was that part of that topic. If I go forward again, see how it backs out and always is flying over your big picture. So it's a way of kind of a slightly different flavor of a PowerPoint-like program, letting you view a topic, big picture, and always taking you back to the big picture. Now, of course, you can make this look just like a PowerPoint by just making topics just one after another with no big picture behind it. But it's kind of an interesting way of approaching a presentation. And the whole deal is it's all online. You can do the PowerPoint online and share it. But with Prezi, it's a whole separate program, a whole separate company. And I don't know if they're making a lot of money. They've been around for, I'd say, 15 years now. So I think they're doing okay. And because it's a different approach to presentations, and they offer the free app with upgrade, and I actually haven't played with the create video feature. That might be something I'll mess with later. So that's all I want you to do with Prezi. Just be familiar with it. Maybe, have anyone of you seen someone do a Prezi presentation? Anyone used Prezi before? it's kind of, the first time I saw him was like, whoa, somebody really did a lot of PowerPoint work, and then I realized, oh, in Prezi they made it easy. It was like a clock that was turning as they went to each slide, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm thinking to myself, how would I ever do that in PowerPoint? And here Prezi had that all in there. I think that part, I don't know if they have the rotating clock slides anymore, because that did take a little, maybe that's something you get if you pay for the upgrade. You get the really cool transitions. But it was impressive, but it did distract me, because the first time I ever saw it, just like with your PowerPoint graphics, if you get too wild with them, people are distracted by your graphics. I don't even know what the presentation was. I just remember being impressed by all the graphics. And I don't know if anyone, actually it was a song we were singing. I thought, hey, that's a cool way to transition between the verses of the song. So something you can do, maybe if you want to wow your audience, try it in Prezi and see what you think. And of course, thinking it as a big picture, the way the guy described founding the company is he thought of presentations in this way. He always wanted to think the big picture and then focus on a piece at a time. And PowerPoint was making him breaking up his thought process. So he likes this kind of thought process, and he thought, hey, there's a market for a presentation like that always had the big picture in mind as you focus on little parts, and you're flying over a big picture. And he liked that way of visually learning, and he was a smart guy and probably had some money to hire some good programmers to write this kind of software for him, and they're doing okay. So remember, all you have to do, create any kind of Prezi whatsoever, just put your name in it, and when you share it with the link, view the link, just copy that link and submit that link in your Schoology assignment. That's all that I need to do. All I want to see is that link. If you make it a live link, that sure will be nice, because then I can just click on it and go to your Prezi. Yes, Josh?
Okay, so my first question is, have you view link
Yeah, view link,
and create?
and then create link, and then copy. And I'll go to the I'll go just show you how you do it on what we do on Schoology. Then I'll go over to Schoology, and I'll log in as my fake student, J Smart, and I'll go to the class, go down to this assignment, where did it go? There it is, Prezi. And all you need to do in Prezi is in the submission, submit assignment, and I put I'm not doing an upload, I'm doing a create, paste the text, select the text, and turn it into a link. I wish they would do like Google Docs, where as soon as you put in a link, it automatically recognizes it as a live link. I have to paste that into the link URL. Now it's an actual live link that once you submit it, you can click on it, and the submission will look like this to your teacher. I'll see that, and I'll be able to click on that and go to your Prezi. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Nice feature, and it's free. All it needs is a login. I think even if you don't use the Emmaus login, you'll just have to then, it takes a little more time to register. If you just connect with Google, that when you go to present it, then it just makes it easier to create it. You don't have to necessarily use your Emmaus login. As long as I have a link that works, that's all that matters. Yes, Josh?
So when entering links, I have to enter the company or viewer's name for my...
That would be your name. Just put in your name.
Okay.
Yeah. Viewer's name. Company, to make up a company if you like.
And then just create link and that's it?
That's it. And then copy the link. Create the link and then click the right side of it, copy the link, and then that's ready to then paste into Schoology over here. There you go. Some days we've spent the entire section on it, but I want to catch up and be ready for the midterm Friday. The Google slide thing, I think you can do that on your own. I'll push the due date ahead for that one. That's just, I'm not even going to go over that. That's just so easy. Yes?
Sorry, I was working on the thing while you were explaining about the link. How do you make it?
Did you do it in Prezi yet, or are you trying to do the submission part of it? Sounds like you're getting some help over there. I'll give you a little time to do that. I went over to share, view link, and if it isn't there, there's a create link. Everyone good with that? All right. What I thought I would do is fire up PowerPoint first, go over some of the things that a lot of people miss just to help you get ready for the PowerPoint section in the midterm on Friday. And then the Word section, I'll go over some of the little more complex things. That's a little further in your memory. We'll refresh the near stuff first. Ready for that? Any question about the Prezi thing? All right, fire up PowerPoint. Here's the kind of thing that's going to appear on the midterm. And I'm just going to do the hard stuff. I'm going to skip the easy stuff. There's some easy stuff in there. You're going to get a presentation. Or actually, you're going to be given instructions to create a presentation from scratch. And you'll be given instructions like create a slide with a title and put some stuff in it. You're going to be asked to put something in the notes. Remember how you can view the notes by clicking the little notes page right there. You can always expand the notes page. You're going to be asked to put something in notes. Remember where that is. Right there down in notes. And you can copy paste or type something there, and I can enlarge that to make more room for it. Get the mouse in the right place. So put some notes in, put some notes on a slide. Why isn't it? Keyboard wasn't responding. Okay. And you will also be asked to modify the master slide. This can save you gobs of time when you have a slide of 50 slides that you want to put your company's logo on or your name or page number. You can always do insert header and footer, but it's best to know how to view the slide master. View slide master. And this part fools so many people. I don't know why Microsoft does this. They set you to the master for a title slide, but the master of them all is that very top one, the little bigger one. This is the best. This is, I'll call the super master. Here's whatever you change here will appear on every slide. And you're going to be asked to put your name in word art onto the master slide. So I will go to insert. I can treat this just like any slide now. Although I'm editing the master slide, I can go to word art and choose a style of word art that I think is cool and put your name or company name, Emmaus Bible College. And put it somewhere tastefully on your master slide. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to put it over here on the right side of the slide, and I'm going to adjust its size so it fits on my slide. So you're going to be putting your name. Actually, I think rotate that 180 degrees. I think that looks better. Put your name. Know how to edit master slides. Fundamental skill. Very much a time saver. Now to get back to the normal slide, when I'm on the slide master view, I can close master view. Or if I'm anywhere else in the transitions or any other tab, there isn't the close master view. Remember, I can always go back to normal view here, and I'm back to editing my slides. And look at that. My master slide text is on that slide. So make a title, some cool title. And you'll be asked to put in some content, probably of one of my favorite songs. I get to pick the song for you to list the lyrics to a song, because that's a typical thing a lot of people are doing. And if you can do listing lyrics for songs, you can do bulleted presentations. So go back to where? To changing the master slide? To view the master slide? Which was what I had before? View slide master? Okay, so click on View Slide Master. Slide up to the very top one. Anything you add here will appear on every slide. And this is where you can go to insert. And I did insert word art, and that lets me type something in here, some word art. Yes, Trin?
Did the master slide in the first one, and it's not here in the next one.
And I'll put that word art over here. Let's see. Are you sure you're on the master slide?
No, I am.
It's so easy to be on the wrong slide. You got to slide all the way up to the top one. Otherwise, it won't appear on everyone. And that fools a lot of people. So one thing to remember, the master slide is the power master, and then there's the master for a title slide, and their master for a title with content. Each type of that shows up then in the available layout for that type of presentation. So the key thing is slide up to the top. That's your super master. Microsoft should have put you there and then said, oh, if you want to edit the other ones, click on the smaller ones. But for some reason, whatever slide you're on, it only sends you to that one and hides that very powerful one at the top. And to get back to normal, back to here. Okay, now some of the harder things. There's going to be, like I said, some easy stuff. Put in some lyrics. Don't make them too small, horribly small lyrics. You're going to lose points if you make it unreadable. Remember the deal. You want your presentation to be readable by those old 6-year-old people in the back row that forgot their glasses today. Well, if they made it to the room, they can see somewhat, but that hard to see. Let's do a little bit of animation. So let's do some item 1, item 2, item 3. We're going to animate that.
Okay, so
You
Over
have to
there.
slide up, slide up, slide up, slide up, slide. See that slider? Grab it all the way top. That's the one you edit. That's the super master slide, the biggest one at the top. That's the one you have to edit. Otherwise, it only shows up on your title or only on the title with content. There you go. Now you're in one that will show up on every slide. And once you save that, yeah. And once you put that somewhere, you'll see. Look at that. It's showing up on every slide now. That top supermaster. So now we edit a bulleted list on a title with content slide. And your typical presentation, you want to animate that. Come in one point at a time with your audience. Remember how to do the animation.
and then what do I go to the
Normal view will take you back to the regular editing of your presentation. Okay? Enter title with content. And now we've just put some fake items in there. Remember how to do animations. First, we have that item selected that we want to animate. And animations. And your typical animation is the green ones. But remember, you have all kinds available to you. The green ones are what we call entrance animations. And from the green, you have a variety. Remember, you have green for entrance, yellow for emphasis, red for exit. So if you don't have an animation, it's just going to be there automatically. Let's just put in a fly-in. By default, it will fly in those bulleted points one at a time. If I click on one, it shows me the options for it. Remember that animation pane? Sometimes that's helpful to see what the order of things are over there. And I can shrink the animation pane up a bit if I want. And if I just play this, my paragraphs brought in one item at a time. Now that's all pretty good. That's basic animation. Most people know how to do that. But let's do another sheet. Let's do another slide. Control M to make another slide. I'm going to set the layout of this slide to be a blank slide. And let's do some animation that's a little more complicated, but not super hard. Let's put in some shapes. And let's do a square. And another shape. Let's add another shape, a oval. And a rectangle. And how about a star? And now let's practice some animation. First thing we do, your typical animation, I'm going to click on a shape, add an animation, and let's have him have an entrance effect. Remember, the entrance effect is a green entrance effect. And the bounce is always a fun one to do. He'll bounce in. Now with that same object, just for practice, let's give him now an exit animation. Don't change it. This is a typical mistake. Remember, it has an entrance animation of bouncing. We don't want to change it by coming over here and choosing an exit over here. That's changing our green into a red. What we want to do is click Add Animation, so we don't mess with the one we just did. And now the same menu appears, but this time I'm going to add, let's add a emphasis animation, a pulse. And now you'll see 1 and 2. 2 animations are attached to that object. Let's select that object and add one more exit animation. And I'll let you choose whatever exit animation you want. I'm feeling like a random bars right now. Now before going any further, let's just play this slide and see what that does. And look at that, I see that on my animation pane. If that's helpful, remember you can always just turn on the animation pane, turn it off if it's getting in your way. But I find it helpful to remind me that's the sequence of things. The numbers there also tell you the sequence of things. If you want to change the sequence, you need the animation pane. I think that's the easiest way to change the sequence. Let's play it just to see what this does. No triangle or no square yet. Click, there's the entrance animation. Click again, and I get the emphasis. And click again, and he exits, because that's the sequence. And nothing else is animated. I don't know that until I click again and I see, oh, my slide's gone. Now we're going to do something a little more complicated. We've got the entrance, emphasis, exit happening with that one thing. Now let's do another one. I'm going to click on the circle. He doesn't have any animations yet, so I can go to this menu. Let's give him a fly-in. And let's choose him to fly in from the lower left. But one more thing as we practice our animation skills, let's have him fly in not waiting for a click, but let's have him fly in after the previous animation. That would mean after the box has flown away, the oval will fly in. And now we see in the animation pane that that's no longer a mouse-shaped thing, it's a little clock-shaped thing on our oval. And now let's play that slide. Click, there's the 3 entrance, emphasis, exit, and see how the oval came in. I can back arrow and replay that one animation. Exit, come in. So just some practice animation. Let's do a couple more things and then we'll jump to the word part of the midterm. Now, let's have the rectangle and the star. By selecting them both, now when I choose animation, it will apply to them both together. And let's pick, just to practice this, let's pick a spin animation on those. Notice I did not choose an entrance animation, so they're going to be sitting there already. They're both selected here in the animation pane, and the numbers I can see are both selected. Let's have them appear with previous. That means they're going to be doing their animation the same time that the oval is entering in green. And they also have these little ribbons kind of showing you the timeline of the animation. So to make something animate together, I can select them both and then add the animation. Now, for both of those, since I have to go select them both again, select and shift select. Let's have them leave together, but using a different animation. Let's add an animation. Let's add a custom path now. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I'm going to have my path leave the slide. And now I can draw a path Oh, I guess it when I zoomed out it lost that. Let's try it again. Have them selected. Add animation. Path. Now it lets me draw the path. And finally the end of my path is going to be off the slide, and I'll double click to end it. That will be that last motion animation, and because I had them selected together, it's waiting for a click, and then they will both leave together. Alright, I'm going to play this slide through, and then we're going to do one last animation. Remember, these did not have an entrance, so they're sitting there already. It's waiting for the square to enter, animate. Anytime I click anywhere, I click anywhere now, it's going to leave, and then the oval is going to come in, and as the oval comes in, these guys spin. It's waiting for that last path animation, and there we go. One last thing to do now. I'm going to zoom in on that star. Let's select the star, and I'm going to add one more animation. And usually it's the emphasis animation. I'm going to have it do how about a color pulse? But this time, instead of waiting for a click, I'm going to do that one special thing. Change the trigger of that animation. Instead of just waiting for a mouse click, I'm going to have it be when I click on the picture itself. Trigger on click of the star. Now it's going to do the color pulse when I click on it. That's another way to trigger clicking on an item on your slide to remind your audience of that important point and have it do some animation each time you click on it. So the trigger on click of is our last animation to review. And then I'll go play this, go through, I'm going to skip through some of those first ones. There's the leaving of that. Oh, what happened? Since it's not there, I can't click on it anymore. Before I do the leaving, I back arrow. Now watch what happens when I hover over the star. There's the trigger on click of. If I click anywhere else, he's going to do the next animation. But this is the triggered click. Anytime I click on that, it'll do that color pulse. Of course, I could put sounds in there. Tons of things you can do with just these basic skills. There's a lot more we can do with animation, but I wanted to have you familiar with that just to give you your animation skills. The rest of the stuff in the midterm is some pretty basic stuff. Put in some text, format it, put in a word art, bring in an image that you'll be, I think, given. Oh, and remember when you have any object, remember you can fill the object in the shape, in the fill of that shape or the shape format. Remember, you can fill your object with pictures or gradients or textures. So suppose I want to fill that with a woven matte texture. I just select the object and shape fill. In the triggered animation, if I go back to my triggered animation, I can click at that over here in the animation pane. I can choose my animation options or effect options, and I can have it play a sound the same time it does its color pulse, and that's where you can get the sound to get your audience's attention. So trigger on click of. Also, you have effect options there, or in the animations, you have, when you select an effect, either here or in the animation pane, you can adjust your effect options here, or adjust your effect options from your animation pane. And there's your effect options there. So effect options give you that ability to play a sound, and remember your selecting of it and the shape format, you can fill it with text. We did the video trim. If you insert a video and trim it, there will be a small video given to you to insert and trim. Now to the word part. Practice little word things. I'll leave this sitting here. I'm going to start up Word. And I'm gonna go to the harder things that people often miss. So start up Word, start from blank document, and you'll be given some text. You'll be asked a format. Here's one thing that you'll need to do. Do a tab leader, dotted leader tab this line. So you'll be given a line, you'll be given a list and say put dotted leaders. They're tabbed in already for you, I think. But I want those tabs to be dotted rather than just a blank tab. How do I mess with my tabs? Remember how to do tabs? Paragraph options, tabs. Once I'm there, here is where I can adjust my tab settings. Dotted leaders, dashed leaders. When I apply it, oh, I have to have the tab selected. Oh, let's go back to my options tabs. I have to select my, oh, that one doesn't have tab stops. Oh, we haven't put in tab stops yet. That's why I'm not getting the leaders on them. Let's go back and add a tab stop. And now tab in. And now if I go to options, tabs, there I see that tab stop position I just have. There's where I can make that a dotted leader. And OK. And there I see that little tab is now a dotted leader. Let me do that again. I'm going to do a clear all the formatting, start a new line, put in a tab on that new line, say at a 2-inch. Now say you're given a line, add, I'll have tab in now, make this tab a dotted leader. Now when I go to options, tabs, dotted leader, see how it sees the 2-inch tab stop position? I have to select that, make that a dotted leader. Now it's become a dotted leader. Yes, Rachel.
We don't have the option to click the little button in the corner of the paragraph to do that.
Let's see here, Mac. Let's see. You should be able to get to that. Let's try. Let's come and take a look at your Mac.
Under format paragraph.
Like right here, there.
All right, you don't get the button. You get to. So go ahead and add a tab by clicking on the ruler. Oh no, don't move that. Just add a tab by clicking on the ruler at the 2-inch line. Just go to the ruler. No, just go to the 2-inch line mark. And just click there. That puts a tab in there. And now go to the front of that line and hit a tab. Okay. Now we want to get to the formatting of the paragraph. Where did you find the paragraph formatting?
Well, here's where a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Looking for how about what happens if you right click on that paragraph? There's no right click. Double click? Finger click? Paragraph. There you go. So it's 2-finger click, paragraph, and now tabs down the lower left. And then click on the 2-inch. Up in the menu. There, right there. Click down below that right there. Just click on that. And now change the leader to dotted. So on a Mac, it's 2-finger click, paragraph, 2-finger click, paragraph format. Yes. Put the tab on the ruler. Yeah, turn on your ruler. View ruler. Click on ruler. Click on view. Click the check mark by the ruler. Okay. There. Now there I see the ruler. So go up to the ruler. Click at the 2-inch go double click on it. Double click on it. Now go to the paragraph, enter menu. Click on the 2-inch. Up in the selection up above. Click on the 2-inch. Now change into the dotted leader. There you go. Two finger click on the paragraph. 2-finger click. Paragraph. Tabs. Over left. Mac is a 2-finger click. Paragraph. Go ahead and add a tab stop. You can add a tab stop in here too. Close this for now. You haven't made the tab stop. Click on the ruler. 2-inch mark on the ruler. Just click there. That puts a tab in. Now, go to the left of the M and make backspace. Now hit a tab. Alright. Now 2-finger click. Paragraph. Tabs. Click on the 2-inch and on the 2-inch. Now I have a 2-inch. Now last thing, remember that references. The other things will be in there like set the design, change the color, change something italics, the basic stuff. Remember the parenthetical reference. So you'll be adding footnotes, but you'll also be adding a reference. So it'll be like something like add a reference to Stevenson book. Okay, so remember how we add a reference. We go to References, Insert Citation. Since we've given the source, you'll be given information about a book. Add a new source, and we'll put in information about a book. Stevenson, Mark. Dr. Mark, right? And name of a page or a book. We'll make it a book, and we'll call it The Stars. He's gotten into astronomy. And there'll be other items in there that you'll be given information about that. Okay. Once I click OK, what happens? I get the parenthetical reference. MLA style is already selected. Remember, you'll be asked to make sure that's MLA. So you'll be asked to insert information about a book, and then you'll be given instructions. Insert a bibliography. Well, how do we insert a bibliography? References, bibliography. And if it says bibliography, well, I might as well just choose the built-in bibliography for me. And I click, boom. And there's my bibliography created for me. So once you have your parenthetical reference, you can always go to Manage Sources to edit them. Once you have inserted a citation, your bibliography can be automatically generated at the end. And I'll do it again here. References, bibliography, and choose bibliography. And it inserts another one for me. Are you asking about how to get the source first? Okay, that was references, insert citation. Oh, it's not letting me do it. I can't insert a citation inside my bibliography. So in my text, I do references, references tab. See the references tab? You find it? Insert citation. You find that? And you're going to insert new source. That's where you put information about whatever book. So you just make up a book. The idea is you'll be given information about a book or an article, to put in here. So you're not going to have to worry about finding anything. You'll be given the title of an article. Your instruction will be insert a citation to this article with the information provided. So some author, some title, you'll be given all that. So in this practice, it doesn't matter what you put there. It helps to put something there, so then when you generate the bibliography later on, when you go down, it says, hey, put a bibliography here. When I do references bibliography, it helps to see something there, then you know you've done it right. Now you're also going to be doing one thing will be given to you. You'll be given some text, and there will actually be a section break that's going to be put in there. It's going to be already in there for you, so you won't have to worry about how to create a section break. There's going to be a section break, 2 section breaks, so you don't have to worry about how to do section breaks. All you need to worry about is that inside of a section, you're going to have some text in this section, a bunch of text. Let's copy paste some text from the Bible document. I'll go Bible Gateway, and I'll get first 2 Corinthians 3. Select some text, and I'm going to paste it. You will be asked to make this text four columns. Format this text. How would I do that? Well, I'm going to select my text. In my layout, look at that, I have a columns. Add or remove columns. And I choose 4 columns. Oh, it doesn't let me choose. It only lets me 1, 2, 3, but under more, I can choose the number of columns to 1, 2, 3, 4. And OK. Look how quickly I can put paragraphs into multiple columns. I'm going to do that again. I have some text that I need to put into 4 columns. Select the text, layout, columns. 4 isn't listed here, so I have to go down to more. There's my number of columns. Change that to 4. Done. I put the sections in there for you, so you don't have to worry about putting in section breaks. That's a little more advanced. But knowing how to do columns gives you the capability of doing some really cool, nice looking article, like magazine article, with just writing the content and then just knowing how to change a section into columns. If I didn't have this section, your entire document would become 4 columns, which would be kind of weird, kind of crazy looking. So in a section, just select the text, layout, columns. Those are the harder parts of the midterm. This has been recorded. I will put it up on my channel. And I'll record some more things in section 2 in case we go at it a slightly different way. But we'll be doing the same thing with the next section. So I'll put this up there if you want to study it for practice for the midterms. And just basically go over what you did for all the previous assignments, 2 projects, a PowerPoint, and a Word project. You will be allowed to come early. I'll be here early in case you want to get started early. If you have accommodations, it's up to you to arrange them with the Academic Support Center to take it in there. It's up to you to request and arrange for that. All right, have a great day.
Choose your PowerPoint.